Hi there, my name is Colin Piper. I'm one of the international directors of International Christian Youth Works. Truth is, I'm the ugly one, but you're the only one you're going to get today. Now, I'm here in the Nairobi office of ICY. You can probably hear the traffic outside. It's a noisy and, believe me, a hot place at the moment. But it's my privilege to introduce you to two special characters who I hope maybe they'll become quite large in your life. I'm going to introduce you to Peter Abungu, the director of ICY Africa and the local ICY ministry here, SYN, and Ruth Mwangi, who's going to be taking you through an application process if that's really what you're interested in and you want to join ICY. So over to them. First of all, here we have Peter Abungu, who, apart from being a very, very good friend of mine and brother in the Lord, he is the director of ICY Africa and also the director of SYN. Actually, Peter, tell us first of all, what is SYN?
SYN stands for Swahiba Youth Networks. Swahiba is a Swahili word for friend, and as Colin has mentioned, our friendship goes back 10 years plus, and it's as a result of what God has done in our lives that we also want to give back to young people living in this country.
So what sort of things are you doing through SYN?
Through SYN we have a number of programs going on. We have the International Christian Youth Works Training Program, which is a material course we use from ICY International, and it covers a course of 1 year, and we train many young people from the slums and other areas of the city that is not necessarily slums. It's a 1 year course that focuses on training them on the knowledge of the Bible, the Word of God, being able to understand it, apply it, and live it.
This is just one aspect of your slum ministry, isn't it?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more, some of the other things you do, really from right at the beginning, from the very babies up to the older teenagers?
We have various activities going on, as I've mentioned. We have our camps. We have summer camps, which are wonderful and powerful. That's called the Abide camp. It runs for our whole week. We have an average of about 100 to 200 campers, and it's excellent. We also have Tabasamu. Tabasamu is an event during the festive Christmas season, and we run that event primarily to give a smile, or put a smile on a child's face by asking our friends, both local and international, to participate by buying them a pair of shoes or some food or something like that, just to help them also enjoy the joy of Christmas. We also have what we call the J Project. J Project is from the Swahili word Jitambue, which means understand yourself, and from that we are able to focus primarily on the young teenage girl from the slums, because of the many challenges that young girls in the slum face. And we use this forum to educate them, to equip them, to basically give them tools that they would use in terms of being safe. So we talk about early pregnancy, HIV/AIDS, sexually transmitted infections. We talk about the way of a woman, which is primarily their monthly cycle, and many of them do not even understand that because they do not have the information, and as such they get a lot of infections.
Wow, and this schools work as well, I gather.
We do have schools work, which is also tied together with young offenders prisons. So we send our volunteers to the schools where they minister. We use a material that we use with our partner ministries in East Africa. It's called Road to Life material, and we work with them both in the primary schools and in the juvenile to reach out these young children for Christ.
Now you've had, in fact, I couldn't count how many missionaries have been over and worked with you, short-term missionaries and people from 2 weeks up to about 2 years, I suppose. You've had so many of them. Why do you like to have visitors?
We like to have visitors because they also come with very rich knowledge. They come with skills, they come with resources, they come with a lot of love, and to demonstrate and to show that it's not just Africans who love Jesus, because they have nothing else to focus.
Wonderful. And they keep coming back as well, I gather.
Yes.
Now, that's quite amazing, really, because life isn't easy. Let's be absolutely honest. For a short-term missioner, they're going to live basically in quite a crowded African house, and they're going to work in this heat and this dust. And tell us a little bit about what a short-term missioner can expect. Where will they be living and what will they be doing?
The truth is that this is Africa, and you just have to experience it the way Africans are experiencing it. We try and make it as real as possible, and that of course means that there will be some adjustments on your part in terms of the house where we live in. We live with local volunteers, and we live with locals, so to be both the Westerners and locals living in the same house. We have an average of between 10 to 15 in the same house. Sometimes we have running water, sometimes there is no running water, sometimes we have blackouts, sometimes the dynamics of living in these societies are very challenging. The transport system, I mean, large crowds of people, but I think the experience and the challenge is really wonderful.
Fantastic. Peter, that's wonderful. Now, if we haven't put you off, I'm going to introduce you to Ruth Mwangi. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
The joys we have is working with people from all over the world, and one of the people we enjoy working with most is Ruth. The exciting thing about ICY is that what we've tried to do is make everything as African as possible, and that means as soon as someone sends us an email, this is where it ends up. It ends up on Ruth's desk here in Nairobi. Ruth, tell us a little bit about if someone applies to join one of the teams here in Africa. Talk us through the process. How does it all work?
It's a very, very simple process. The first thing that applicants need to do is log on to www.icy.org and just get to read of what we're all about. If you're happy with that, just fill out the application there, send it to me, and I'll get the process rolling, the application process rolling.
And you like to actually talk with people yourself, don't you? Like
yes, definitely.
Skype, Facebook, whatever you can, don't they?
Talk. Yes.
And any questions people have got, you're the person to answer them, yeah?
Yes, I do answer all questions. I love communicating anytime. Just schedule a Skype chat with me, Google Talk, anything, anytime.
Because you're responsible for the applicant until they arrive at the airport, is that right?
Yes, at the airport and during their stay and until the day they go back home.
Fantastic. Well, I hope now you've put a face to a name, and I hope we've encouraged and inspired you a bit to get involved in ICY Africa. We look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, Ruth. Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome.